Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from masterbox. It comes in 1/35 scale and it should be handy for a military diorama. You can see what you are getting on the box art, so it should be a small buggy together with the Ukrainian infantry, and as you can see, this time it is dedicated to the Kursk region, and in 1/35 scale it might be also a good part for some a bit more elaborated project. And of course, what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of this release. So this kit MB35247, that's the final state of these things, and nothing will change if you order it, for example, from Modelimex. So as I said, box art shows that we're gonna get the buggy and 3 soldiers. I'm not sure about civilians, so we will see. And the box size or the box design is typical for this brand. Here you can see comparison with my hand. Also on the side here you can see some safety advices. Here we have 3 languages and here we have 2 more. And then on the opposite side you can see also some other things, including the assembly manual and marking guide. So the civilian is included here, and as you can see we have here written also the paints chart in several manufacturer designations. We also have the parts map, because usually on the spruce you do not have the part numbers. And I was just checking if we have some assembly options here, but I do not see any, so you just only get the camouflage example here so that you know how to replicate it on your figurines. And obviously it will be a bit tricky. In 1/35 scale these are not such a large guys. And as you can see, all frames are packed into the same resealable plastic bag, so I'm going to open it right now and we will take a closer look together. So just give me a moment. I can see that there is also a separate assembly manual for the buggy mongoose, because it's basically the separate kit in 1/35 scale. And I guess we can start with the parts for this buggy, because all the parts they fit onto 2 sprues. So here you can see the first one, and I'll place it like this, open the lenses and zoom in. So I reviewed the previous versions of this vehicle, so in case you are following YouTube channel or subscribed and you do not miss any fresh videos, then you will definitely know that this kit is based on the previous edition where we had the buggy in the medical version even. And as you can see, the overall design is quite straightforward. We have the separate panels for the body assembly, and I think this is quite smart thing, because it will give you a better alignment between all of the panels together. Of course, it's a good idea still to check the drive fitment of this, but I think it's doable. And here inside, as you can see, we have some guiding elements as well, so it's also quite clever thing here what we see out of the box, and you just need to carefully separate them and get them together. In case you wonder where is the engine, wheels and other stuff, they are coming on the second plastic sprue, so I will show it in a second. It's the frame B, and here what is interesting is that we even get the engine included, so you get it out of the box. And in case you would like to show it somehow on the model, it's possible because it is here. And here, by the way, you can see the wheel rims. There are 5 of them because we also have the spare wheel, and here we have also some suspension parts. And also here you can see the safety cage bars, which are molded also as the one-piece segments, which is also cool, and it will help you with the alignment overall. And if you want to see the tires, well, there are 5 vinyl parts for these plastic rims, and here you can see them. These are typical vinyl parts, so I wouldn't say they're too bad. They're okay for the out-of-the-box build, but in case you would like to have something more sophisticated, then definitely it's a good idea to find some reference material and maybe 3D print those, or maybe to find the aftermarket. I'm not sure if there is the aftermarket available actually, so I would be happy to know if you have something to say about it. But next we continue with the figurines. So these are specific for today's version. You cannot buy them separately, and if I zoom in, now you can see what we are getting here. So all poses are predefined, and you will get some seated figurines as well as the standing position. We also have some specific items for today's version. We also get the rifles. As you can see, it's AK-74 or 47 probably. We also have here some bullpup rifle, and the parts division is somewhat standard for 1/35 scale. So if I zoom in, you can see here the civilian, for example, and as you can see, we have separate legs, one piece torso, one piece head, and the same applies to this soldier, for example. And there are no guiding elements on the opposite side, as you can notice here, so be careful while joining everything together, because on the figurine in 1/35 scale, it's quite important to get a smooth connection. Otherwise, you might end up with a really weird looking soldier, and that's not something what we want to have. But as you can see, this bullpup rifle also looks great. All of those weapons, they are molded as one-piece elements, so you won't have to deal with the separate magazines or some other stuff. Maybe it's a wise idea to try to replicate some straps and such accessories on your figurine. Obviously, it will be done already with your hands and tools and material as well, but I'm suggesting this because in 1/35 scale it just adds a bit of the visual interest, and I think it's completely worth it. But again, the final decision is after you. And here on the opposite side, you can see also that the torso, for example, is designed or detailed from both sides, which is quite cool because, as you can see, we also have this vests detailed with the molinet and all other stuff. And again, the rifles are one piece. I would like to remind about this. In my opinion, it's actually a good thing to have in 1/35 scale because it will speed up the assembly, and it also makes the painting process a bit easier because, as you can see, the items are not that large. It's 1/35 scale after all, so that's why to have the rifle in a ready position, in a ready design, it's a good thing out of the box. And last but not the least is the assembly manual for this buggy. So it comes in a black and white format, and here I will have to close the lenses and zoom out a bit. Now you can see what I'm talking about here. So we have the parts map, and then assembly process starts inside, surprisingly. So here we start with an engine, then we assemble the main chassis, and as you can see, it's a boxy structure, so it's something what should be quick to get together. And as you can see, these are mainly separate panels. Then you also have the separate steering column here. The suspension will be quite detailed, as I already said when we were checking the parts. And here you can see the wheels assembly, also the pedals get into the place, the engine, the exhaust, and then here on the last stages, you can also see the bonnet panel, the safety cage, and here we have the rear suspension as well. Note that the shock absorbers, or actually the shock springs, they should be assembled out of metal wire from your stack, so be sure to have it because otherwise you will end up with a bit unrealistic suspension. But I think it's even better than the pre-molded plastic parts because the metal wire is easy to curl, and also it will look separate from the shock absorber. And as for the whole kit, it should be already available, as I said before, so you can get this one together with some other versions from masterbox in the same scale. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion. So what do you think about such release? Write it here in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.